She said it wasn't what it looked like. It might have looked bad, but nothing happened. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Our Zone Stories. Today we have a story where this woman was engaged to get married but suddenly the wedding got cancelled. Let's see what really happened. I can't believe I'm involved in a story like this. I haven't actually talked to anyone about what happened even though a lot of people are trying. I think I just need to vent a little bit before I talk to anyone. My girlfriend and I were together 4 years, and we were engaged to be married. Last weekend she had her bachelorette party. I didn't have a problem with it, especially after what she told me was the plan. Her and some friends were going to rent an Airbnb or something, a big place with like 4 bedrooms, and they were just going to get trashed and party and hang out. The day of the party she was at my place, a 2-bedroom apartment. One room I use as a home office. I am a self-employed investor. She makes all of the arrangements and goes to meet her friends. We texted a little, but as the party warmed up we stopped and I figured they were just having fun. After midnight I start getting ready for bed and notice that the computer in my office isn't turned off. Rather, the black screen was just a screensaver. It turns out Fiancé had not logged out and her messenger was still open on the computer. There was a group chat where her and the girls had been planning everything, and a lot of videos were uploaded to the chat. I was a little curious and I started watching some of the videos. Most of them were pretty innocent, just a group of 15 girls getting drunk and stoned and dancing and whatever. Then there was a video of a woman going to the front door and about 10 guys enter the apartment. I don't know who they were and I didn't recognize anyone. There were a couple videos of the guys and girls dancing and drinking. And then the worst happened. A video started of my fiancé making out with a guy on the sofa. She stops and rolls over and starts making out with a second guy. Then there was a video of her and the 2 guys going into a bedroom. There was also a video of them coming out that according to the timestamps was 5 minutes later, but that doesn't mean anything. For all I know the videos were an hour apart, and they were all just uploaded at the same time. Seeing all this was like a sledgehammer to the guy. I walked into the bathroom because I thought I would be sick. I wasn't, but I feel like I paced back and forth in the apartment for about 30 minutes. Then I poured myself a rocks glass full of whiskey and chugged it down. I saved the videos and then made one of my own. Just a short little selfie video of me saying, "Hi, this is my name, your ex-fiancé. Just wanted to say I saw the videos from the party, and the wedding is off. I hope it was worth it. I'm glad I saved the videos, because in less than 10 minutes they were all deleted and my phone started blowing up. But I didn't answer any calls or texts. At first it was just my girlfriend texting saying she can explain, and it's not what it looked like. Then her friends joined in, but I ignored everyone and didn't respond. Then suddenly I got a request for a video chat, and I'll admit my curiosity got the better of me. I answered the call, but didn't say anything. It was my fiancé sitting in front of the camera, and she looked like she had been crying and the other friends just around her. I really only know maybe 4 of the friends, but I recognize a lot of the others. First she started apologizing, but kept saying it wasn't what it looked like. It was just a party and the guys coming over was not planned or anything like that. She said it might have looked bad, but nothing happened. When I didn't say anything, she just kept going on with more of the same and her friends backed her up. The more I didn't speak, the more hysterical she got. Eventually she admitted to caressing the 2 guys, but dumped the blame on her friends who all took responsibility for that, which surprised me a little. She said those stuff didn't mean anything, and that's all that happened. Then she seemed to remember the video of her going into the bedroom, and she started screaming that it was just a joke and nothing happened. All the other women confirmed it was just a joke, and that my fiancé had walked into the room, and then turned around and walked out again. This just keeping going on, and they just kept repeating themselves. Eventually everyone got quiet and all I said was, "Is there anything else to add?" She said no, and I just ended the video call. I went on to social media and changed my relationship status to single, and posted that the wedding was off, and if anyone had bought a present they should feel free to return it. Fiancé saw the post and is freaking out even more and just keeps insisting that all she did was caress and nothing else. I sent her a text saying, if I suspect that her or any of her friends lie about what happened or try to make me the bad guy, then I will post all the videos online. Right now no one else knows what is happening. This was a couple days ago, and everything for the wedding is cancelled and my fiancé just keeps pursuing me. Any advice on what I should do from here? The update is pretty simple. Everything has been called off and cancelled. The wedding is officially not happening. I got the ring back and all of her stuff is moved out. She is staying with her parents for now. We did talk a little bit. It was mostly just her begging and apologizing and crying. She keeps insisting that all she did was caress the guys, and she has never done anything like this before, and she promises it will never happen again. Part of me really wanted to believe her, but the problem is that this incident puts our entire relationship in doubt. I think she may be telling the truth, but again the point is there is no way to know. If it is true that her friends pressured her to do it, then how can I believe they never did it before? We kept going around in circles, because ultimately there is just no way I can be sure. She said she would do anything, including cutting off her friends and only ever drink around me. She really blasted her friends online saying if at the party had stuck to the original plan, she would still be getting married, so maybe she already cut them off. All I can say is that at the moment I am single, and I'm just going to live my life. Probably take some time to myself after getting out of a 4-year relationship. What's crazy is that a couple of her friends are also texting me just to talk. I haven't responded yet, because, well, it's hard to trust them too. Thanks again to everyone who expressed sympathy, and I hope none of you here need to deal with anything like this in the future. She won't change. She won't admit she's in the wrong. He shouldn't take her back and give in to her or others, including those toxic friends of hers. Sounds like her friends are trying it on with him. She's past, not present nor future. It will pass and he'll have peace. Isn't funny how some people, men and women, can throw away a relationship so easily when it comes to a bachelor or bachelorette party due to alcohol? I'm sure most are safe and sane, yet there's always that friend or friends that decide to spice things up. Then someone records it, then posts it online, and the fiancé sees or is shown the video. 10 guys showing up to a woman's bachelorette, and one is not the intended groom, is a recipe for a disaster. He saw the video, yet she couldn't admit what she did initially. OP's quiet demeanor sure got her to fess up. OP, I hope you are okay. Perhaps look into personal therapy for yourself after this betrayal. 4 years is a long time, and she was the woman you had planned to marry and spend the rest of your life with. Good luck moving forward. We met in medical school in the Midwest. Shortly after starting to date, her sister passed away, and I lost my whole medical career. I now have a career in politics. She asked to move in only a few months after we started dating, and I said okay right after her sister died. I supported her to help her heal for years, got her through medical school financially, emotionally, and helped with her studies. We got through COVID together, lifted weights together almost every day. Did all the things a couple does. I showered her with gifts, compliments, passion, and gave her all of me. The bedroom activity was glorious. Around the 2.5-year mark, around summer of 2021, she said she wanted to go on a break, and I begrudgingly agreed. It was either take the break or lose her, as long as she didn't sleep with anyone else. I know she has a lot of attention-seeking behavior, so I thought she may have just wanted some new attention. On her birthday in October of that year, while we were on the break, she told me she was going out with her girlfriends for the night. Something didn't sit right with me, so I looked through her messages on her computer and found that she had slept with a guy already earlier that week when I was out of town for work, and that the guy was picking her up again tonight. The man was a sugar daddy, which I didn't really understand because I paid for all of the bills and everything, so she didn't really need money. I couldn't believe my eyes, what the messages said, so I went to where she said she would be and waited. After about 30 minutes, the man she was cheating with was dropping her off after they had bedroom activity in a parking lot. I confronted the man and told him never to contact her again or I would let his wife know. Never heard from him again. I am ashamed of having to do that, but I needed to know and see it with my own eyes. After about a month, I forgave her for this, and our relationship seemed to be back on track. She seemed very remorseful. She said a major reason she was feeling like she was being suffocated and needed space was that she didn't know if I was serious about her because I had not proposed. I thought 2022 was a great year for us. In January, we got a dog together, a little perfect golden doodle. She paid for him, but I signed the papers. Her name tag says my last name. She was going to be graduating med school soon, and matching into a residency program, so she had been bringing up being engaged almost on a weekly basis. She gave me an ultimatum of propose or she's out when she starts residency, which was across the country in California. I proposed in May on a beautiful trip. She accepted. I packed up our whole apartment and drove myself and our dog and cat across the country to California. While she flew, her program started just a few days after graduation. California has been hard on me. None of my community is here. None of my family is here. My job was still back in the Midwest, so I was working remotely and was home a lot. I would say I was at home maybe 85% of the time. I think this caused my fiancé some resentment. Fiancé worked very long hours. I was okay and willing to sacrifice all of this for our relationship. On the bright side, as well as continuing to all the bills, since she was getting paid now, we agreed to split bills. It meant that I could act as more of a caretaker due to her long work hours. I took care of the dog. I cooked all the meals, got the groceries, tracked all the finances, all the regular boring everyday stuff that people have to do in order to survive. By late August she had stopped wearing her ring to work. She said that it was due to patients harassing her because it was such a nice ring. I let this red flag go. She said that if I got her a smaller silicone band ring she would wear it, but I never did. Why? I'm not sure. Didn't seem like a priority. In retrospect, I should have. She still wore the ring on weekend when we would go out or if she went out to do something in public or with her friends. I went home to visit my family for Christmas because she said she was working on Christmas after we spent Thanksgiving at home ourselves, and I made a feast for us while she worked the whole day. While I was away, she was acting strange, not picking up at night when I called, taking hours to text back. I knew something was up. The night I got back, December 28th to D-Day, I confronted her about it, and she admitted to cheating on me with someone she met from work. They went on 3 dates. The first ended in a clothed lap dance that made the guy pleased, and the third ended with unprotected bedroom activity at his place. She told me she liked the bedroom activity, and how rough he was with her, which surprised me because I'm also pretty rough, and I never knew there was an issue with our bedroom activity. I always got her off first. I called her partner and he didn't even know I existed. She lied to him as well, saying she was single. He blocked her. To make matters worse, this was the day before we were supposed to sign a new year-long lease together as our first 6-month lease was up. The landlords let her sign the lease herself. I stayed with friends for about 2 weeks. After 2 weeks we talked and agreed to try couples therapy, although she did not know yet if she wanted to try to be in a relationship. After the first week of therapy, things seemed to be getting better. She invited me to move back in. We were having a lot of bedroom activity. I was buying a lot of furniture for the new place. She was no longer talking to her partner. Then, the Saturday after our first therapy session, she went out with her friends to a nightclub, which I was okay with. Her partner happened to be there by coincidence. There are not a lot of clubs in the area. She got to chatting with him and she says all they did was hug. I know she got food with her friends at about 2:30 am and arrived back home at around 4 am. After this, she did a complete 180, completely stopped trying to reconcile it all, continued talking to her partner, and straight up told me she doesn't want to be in a relationship anymore. I called her partner again and told him if he didn't back off there would be problems. He said that she lied to him again and blocked her. She then went on a trip with her family and got back home yesterday. We sat and talked, and she said she was no longer attracted to me since around August, which was just 3 months after getting engaged and barely 2 months after uprooting my life and moving to California. I am so blindsided by this. We are both very fit and attractive, but I know her partner was taller than me, my fiancé, and I were about the same height at 5'10". She was maybe 5'10½". She also said she was feeling smothered and caged up because of how often I was home, and because I wasn't working a traditional 9 to 5. Even though I still make more money than she does. We are both well educated. I asked her why she didn't just talk to me about this then so we could try to fix the relationship and figure out why she was feeling this way. She told me no, and that she just wants to be by herself and date around. I told her that she was making a mistake and I wasn't going to wait to be a second option. I know I simply have to pack up and move back home to the Midwest. But man, does this feel final. Not only am I losing my person, my best friend who I sacrificed everything for, I also am losing our dog who I love so much and is very attached to both of us. She paid for him, but I was the primary caregiver. My sister says I shouldn't fight for the dog because it would just remind me of my fiancé. She's probably right. I don't understand how someone can change their mind about loving someone so quickly. She was the one that pushed me to propose. She was the one that pushed to originally move in. She was the one that pushed for me to move with her to California. We were just talking about having kids and buying a house together this past November. I feel so used and betrayed. I sacrificed so much for 4 years, and she can't sacrifice 1 month to try to give reconcile a shot to even see if mending things is possible. Was our engagement so much of a lie that I'm not worth even trying for? It's not fair. I freaking hate this. I can't sleep. I can't eat. And I don't know how to move on. Our anniversary would be on Valentine's Day. Any advice would be appreciated. Women do not love and do not respect those men who are weaker than them, who cannot resist their antics, who put them on a pedestal. Cheaters do not respect those who are the first to offer reconciliation or agree to reconciliation too quickly. He didn't have a chance with her from the very beginning. She openly used him for her own selfish interests, and then threw him away as a useless thing. His priority should be his own pride, self-esteem, and mutual respect with his partner. Any infidelity must be a deal breaker, otherwise he will lose himself and suffer. She didn't change her mind quickly. This has been a long process in which you walked around, stepped over, and ignored a ton of red flags. She is, and has always been, a serial cheater. She will only get worse after she finishes her residency. She is a serial cheating doctor with emotional and mental issues. It's hard to see it now, but this is the best thing that could have happened to you. You will not be around to see the train wreck that her life will become. For future reference, there is no such thing as a break in a committed relationship. You either are all in or you are out. When someone says they want to go on a break, you'd best end it there, because they already have someone picked out. Every time, pack up, forget the dog, and forget her. You will be fine. It will hurt for a while. Don't pain shop by stalking her social media. Block her everywhere on every device.